As you previewed, Overlord, your agent is really the next frontier. This was as agents, everybody is now trying to ship an agent into their product. So, talk to us a little bit about how you guys developed this feature and what the life cycle was of getting it out into the public.
Yeah, so this is a much harder thing to build. So Underlord, just quick correction, Underlord, not Overlord.
Oh,
Under
Underlord.
Because nobody wants an AI overlord, right? But couldn't you use an AI underlord to do your bidding? And that's how we like both positioned Underlord in the market, and that's how we find that a lot of people want to work with an AI assistant in creative spaces. Is like, I am the creative, and Underlord, you can be my brain buddy, and you can like execute on what I say. But like I'm in control and I want to maintain creative fulfillment from kind of building this thing. Creative fulfillment is really important for our customers. But so what Underlord does is, whereas an AI tool can do 28 things, really well, as soon as you start to want it to do something else, you're just SOL, like you have no options. And so where this really started to come to a head was with this very popular feature we have called Create Clips. And what Create Clips does is, if you have a long form video, a webinar, a podcast, probably you want to create some social clips to complement that to help you market it. This is a very common workflow. And so what you can do is say like, oh, I want, 3 clips. I want them to be about 10 seconds each. I want them to use, they'll be square and they'll use this blurple or whatever. Maybe you have your own. And okay, maybe, and we built this in like as a V2, you make your clips. And then like we heard people say like, okay, but I want to be able to tell you what topic my clip should be about. And so we were like, okay, let's build that in. Like, let's build that into the prompt that optionally as an input, the customer may give you a topic. Here's what a topic is. Here's how to think about that. You need to like go and do topics. And so then people were like, oh, Laura, I love the feature. I love the feature. But just one more thing, like, could you make it so that you can also say who you want to say the clip? Or, hey, could I also tell you that I want this clip to be optimized for Instagram, which is a little bit different than the way that you would optimize for YouTube Shorts? And I'm like, oh my God, are we just gonna build like 30 different knobs and dials onto this clips thing until it can do every idea that a customer has, all of the input it wants to give Underlord or it wants to give an AI tool? And it's like, at that point, maybe you don't want this parameterized button thing. Maybe you want to chat, right? And I'm not someone who always thinks that chat is better. I think buttons are often better, but by the time you have 30 parameters, maybe you just want to tell Underlord what it is you're trying to accomplish. And so Underlord is good at helping you get to objectives, and it's good at helping you do truly customized workflows. Those are the 2 reasons to use Underlord instead of an AI tool. By objectives, I mean, you saw that the AI tool I had up there for edit for clarity was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll edit for clarity. Do you want a little bit of editing, a medium amount of editing, or a lot of editing? It's like kind of confusing, right? What it can't do, but what Underlord can, is something like, can you get this down to about 90 seconds? And that's more of like an objective driven ask, where Underlord will need to do some thinking about like, okay, this is a 3-minute video. I need to get this down to about 90 seconds. How do I do that in a way that maintains the integrity of the video? And so it kind of knows how to think about that and start editing it and getting it down. Now it's down to 247. So it's sort of making its way through and asking, are there things I can remove at each stage of this? And I'll keep removing until I get down to 90 seconds. Then I'm actually going to span out and ask myself, like, did I do this well? So that's like an objective driven task that you can give Underlord. And then the other kind of thing you can tell Underlord is like, I actually have 27 very specific things that I want you to do at the same time. I'm going to write those out once. I'm going to save them as a template. And now every time I go to edit my podcast, I'm just going to be like, do the Akash editing rigmarole and get me my podcast, right? So those are the 2 things that I think Underlord can really be magical for.
I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.